20 turnovers tonight, including some pretty bad ones down the stretch. I mean, is that what you pinpoint most?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win an NBA game when you throw the ball to the other team 10 times, and that's what we were facing tonight. And you know, they played a great game. The minute we heard all those guys were out, it's like, all right, guys, here we go. You know, we've seen this a million times. This is how it works in the NBA. The other teams. Guys are going to go nuts. They can't wait to play. There's no pressure. And so we've seen it a lot. And, you know, we didn't respond right away. You know, we played poorly out of the gate and never found rhythm. And they played great. The right team won. You know, we didn't deserve that. We were awful.
You were particularly agitated in a first quarter huddle. I mean, was it about just the energy you guys didn't bring, or do you remember that?
Yeah, just overall execution. You know, body language was bad. These are always tough nights. Like I said, you go into a game and the other team's best players are out, and it's like there's like this natural letdown. Even though you raise it, you bring it up, you talk about it, but you know we got what we deserved for sure.
Did you think Steph was all limited? Another tough shooting night, 7 turnovers.
He's tired.
And maybe
Steph's been carrying us for a month. He's been amazing. He's tired. So we got to get him. We got to get him some rest. I just you can see it. He doesn't have his energy right now.
Potentially rest him tomorrow.
Potentially, you know, I don't know what, you know, I got to talk to Rick, but he's exhausted right now. So we've got to absolutely consider giving him a night and getting him rejuvenated for the sake of him and our, you know, the remainder of our games. But we'll see. But I think he's been tired the last few games, and so we've got to find a way to get him his juice back.
Ahead of the game, I asked about, you know, what you were expecting as a whole from the team. Ahead of the game, I asked, you know, what you were expecting as a whole from the team. You kind of spoke about just a few minutes ago how often you felt like you guys played. Did you see that sense of urgency after you gave them that?
No sense of urgency. There was no good energy, no good body language. Feeling sorry for ourselves early. It was a tough night.
And you mentioned Steph's fatigue. Do you think his back had anything to do with?
No.
what did you think you got from Kuminga? Definitely that was maybe one guy who had some energy out there.
Yeah, he did a great job. Second half, responded. I thought first half was tough, but, his defense forced a couple turnovers there on Westbrook, attacked the rim. J.K. did a nice job.
At one point in the fourth, I think you guys made a little bit of a run with the lineup of Jimmy, Moses, Gary, Kuminga, and Draymond. Pretty athletic lineup. What did you make of that five, and how sustainable could that group be generally?
Yeah. I'll look at the tape, and, I don't know. I'll look at the tape and figure that out.
Draymond, I'm sure you're always protecting against human nature when you hear Jokic and Murray out, but do you think that was at least the start of this, a little bit of a mental letdown?
Definitely, but, they still have an MVP, still have high caliber players. We just got to be better in that situation. I think they did a lot of things to screw us up, and then once the team get in the rhythm, they got some really good NBA players over there. So once the team get in the rhythm, it's hard to break it, and they got into a rhythm fast.
You guys had 20 turnovers. That's been one of really kind of the strengths of this run, is limiting that. Do you feel like that was the biggest factor?
Yeah, for sure. And we knew that coming in. Like, you turn the ball over, they're going to get out in transition and run, get easy buckets, and that allows them to get into a rhythm. And we didn't do a good job of it. It started with me and just trickled down to everybody else.
What were some of the things that they did that screwed you guys up?
They played with a lot of force. They were extremely active, and then they, offensively, they had a lot of movement, and we weren't communicating well. We gave up slips to the rim. A bunch of guys got open layups, and like I said, once you start getting those layups, it's hard to break that rhythm.
No, I just want to have you comment on your 6,000 number of rebounds and what that all means to you and your efforts.
Oh, that's cool. I take pride in rebounding the ball. I play for Tom Izzo, so you got to rebound. So yeah, I think to reach any milestone in this league is, pretty good. So, it's cool.
Steve said Steph is tired. Do you see it?
It's game 68. I think we're all tired. It's the reality of the NBA. So we just got to all figure out a way. But I think, all things considered, everybody's tired. You usually, where the season works, you kind of start off the season fresh and kind of get to a point to where you, maybe after, it used to be like late January, early February, really late January, you start getting into them dog days. And then you get to the All-Star break and you kind of get rejuvenated coming out of the break. And then you kind of get to this point and it's like, can't quite see the All-Star break anymore. But you can't quite see the end yet, and you kind of hit those dog days again. And that's where everybody is right now in the NBA. Unfortunately, we got a lot to play for in these games. So, you don't get the luxury of tricking off games or, a bunch of rest. We need to win games, so.
Is rejuvenation possible when you guys are trying to stack wins? Rejuvenation for you, for Jimmy, for Steph? I mean, what's the tension between maintaining bodies but making sure that you're not in the play-in?
Yeah, we just want to not be in the play-in, so whatever we got to do, we got to figure it out.
Coach, how would you evaluate the defense on Steph Curry tonight that your team played?
Oh, I thought it was, tremendous. I mean, to hold him to 6 of 21 and 4 of 14 from the three. And I'm not sure if this is exactly correct, but I think when we beat him at home in a close game, I think he was 4 of 15 from three in that game. We all know that he's the greatest shooter to ever play this game. And whenever you're going to play the Golden State Warriors, it starts with how do you stop Steph Curry? And our guys did a really good job of, following through and being disciplined with the game plan. And, it went in our favor tonight. And it's a really good bounce-back win after a tough home loss.